True freedom comes when you learn to rely on yourself and no longer seek validation from others. There's a powerful truth many people don't realize until they experience it for themselves. The moment you stop depending on others for your happiness, approval, or direction, you unlock a new level of personal power. It's not about cutting people off or isolating yourself. It's about discovering the strength and confidence that has been inside you all along. Imagine waking up every day knowing that you are enough, that you can handle life's challenges without leaning on anyone else to save you or fix things for you. That your peace, your joy, and your purpose don't hinge on someone else's presence or approval. Learning this truth changes everything. It shifts your energy from fear and neediness to freedom and self-assurance. When you truly embrace this mindset, you become unshakable. No longer tossed around by the opinions, actions, or moods of others, you stand firm, grounded in the certainty that you are your own source of strength. No more waiting for a text, no more begging for recognition, no more drowning in doubt. You become your own source of strength, your own biggest supporter, your own rock. So let's get real, raw, and ruthless about this. Because once you learn this, you become the only one you'll ever need. Master your mind, take control of your thoughts. Your mind is where the war is fought. It's where the battle for your independence begins. You think you're a victim of circumstance, but the real enemy is the narrative playing in your head every day. When you don't control your thoughts control you. That's a fact. And that's why mastering your mind is the first and most critical step. Every single moment, your brain is firing off thousands of thoughts, some helpful, some harmful. The problem is, you let the harmful ones run the show. They tell you you're not good enough, not smart enough, not strong enough. Those thoughts aren't just background noise. They shape how you see yourself and what you believe you deserve. If you never learn to stop them, you will forever be chained to self-doubt. It starts with awareness. You have to catch those thoughts the moment they creep in. Like a guard at the gate, you have to be vigilant. When you hear that voice whispering, "I can't," or "I'm a failure," you stop it right there. You say, "No, that's not true." But it's not enough to just say it. You have to believe it. And more importantly, you have to feed your brain better thoughts consistently. Rewiring your mind takes practice. It's like building a muscle that's been weak for years. You don't wake up one day magically free from negative thoughts. You train yourself by challenging every limiting belief and replacing it with one that empowers you. You write new rules for your brain and live by them. What does that look like? Instead of, "I'm not ready," you think, "I'm learning and growing." Instead of, "I'm going to fail," you say, "Failure is feedback, not the end." It's simple, but not easy. It requires discipline and a refusal to go back to the old patterns. Your brain loves to go to the negative because it's a survival mechanism. But you get to decide which survival you want, living in fear and limitation, or living in freedom and power. When you choose freedom, you push back hard every time doubt shows up. You will fail in this. You will slip. But that's part of the process. The moment you notice, you redirect. You catch the negative thought before it snowballs. You do this every single day until it becomes automatic. When your mind is your ally, you are no longer a prisoner to circumstances or people. You build an inner fortress that nobody can break down. No matter what comes at you externally, your internal strength carries you through. This is where independence begins. Not the fake independence where you're just alone but still broken inside. This is the deep, unshakable independence that comes from owning your mental space. You stop looking outside for validation or comfort because your mind holds all you need. Your thoughts fuel your confidence, your self-respect, and your courage. You become your own cheerleader, your own coach, your own fiercest advocate. When you master your mind, you unlock a power that feels like magic to others. They wonder how you stay so calm, so sure, so unstoppable. It's not magic, it's muscle, it's control. It's habit. The world will try to shake you, distract you, or bring you down. But your mind, it's your weapon. And when you master it, you don't just survive, you thrive. You start to see opportunities where before you only saw obstacles. You start to believe in your own potential in ways you never thought possible. And that's the very first step to never needing anyone else. Because when your mind is yours, you are truly free. Build unshakable self-worth. Stop seeking validation. Self-worth isn't something people hand out like trophies. It's not a gift you wait for from your boss, your partner, or your friends. It's built inside, quietly, daily. When you rely on others to tell you you're worthy, you put yourself in a dangerous position. Your peace, your confidence, your very sense of self becomes hostage to someone else's opinion. That's a trap. And it's one that keeps you stuck in cycles of neediness, disappointment, and heartache. When you build unshakable self-worth, you break free. You don't just survive without validation, you thrive without it. Here's the truth. Nobody is coming to validate you. Nobody has to. You get to do that. You are the only one responsible for how you feel about yourself. If you wait for someone else's approval, you are giving away your power. Building self-worth looks like saying no to toxic relationships, setting boundaries, and walking away from situations that dim your light. It's about looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, I deserve better. And not just saying it, but living it. You do this by treating yourself with kindness and respect even when you screw up. Self-worth is not perfection. It's compassion toward yourself despite your flaws. It's the voice that tells you you're enough exactly as you are. It's a muscle that grows every time you refuse to accept less than you deserve. Every time you stop shrinking for someone else's comfort, you build your worth. Every time you choose your peace over pleasing others, you reinforce it. This is how you stop seeking validation. You realize you don't need it. Your value is inherent, not earned or given. It's not tied to accomplishments, looks, or social status. It just is. When you truly own this, you walk differently. You carry yourself with a quiet confidence that doesn't beg or demand. People notice. You become magnetic, not because you're trying, but because you're authentic and whole. The world tries to convince you that you're not enough, that you need more, that you have to prove yourself. Fight back. Fight for your worth every day. You do that by surrounding yourself with people who respect you, by saying no to anything that makes you feel small, and by celebrating your wins, big and small. Every moment you invest in yourself, in your growth, you build a fortress of self-worth that no one can penetrate. This isn't selfish, it's survival. Because if you don't value yourself, nobody else will. You get to decide how you show up in your life. And when you choose self-worth, you choose freedom from needing anyone else to define your value. That's power. That's independence. Develop relentless action habits. Be your own hero. Nothing changes until you do. You can think, plan, and dream all you want, but without action, you stay stuck. Action is the bridge between who you are now and who you want to become. And being your own hero means taking that bridge step by step, no matter how scared or uncertain you feel. Relentless action is about showing up for yourself every day. It's about doing the work when you don't feel like it. It's about pushing through resistance and discomfort because you know that's where growth lives. When you rely on others to fix your problems or save you, you give away your power. You become dependent on outside forces that may never come through. But when you take action, you reclaim control. Start small. Pick one thing you can do today that moves you closer to your goal. Then do it again tomorrow and the next day. Consistency beats intensity every single time. Relentless action creates momentum. Momentum creates confidence. And confidence creates freedom. This is how you build a life you don't need to escape from. There will be days when you fail, days when you want to quit, days when everything feels impossible, but your hero doesn't quit. Your hero fights for every inch. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to keep moving. Keep showing up. Keep putting one foot in front of the other. This builds a muscle of resilience and self-trust. You start to believe in your own ability to handle life's challenges because you've proven it to yourself over and over. No one is coming to save you. The rescue is in your hands. And when you commit to relentless action, you become the hero of your own story. You stop waiting for permission, validation, or a push. You get up and go. You become unstoppable. The more you do this, the less you'll need anyone else to get you through. Because you're already carrying yourself. That's real independence. That's real power. Embrace radical responsibility. Own your life fully. Owning your life means everything is on you. Every decision, every mistake, every success. This is radical responsibility. It's not a burden, it's freedom disguised as accountability. When you blame others, you give them control over your emotions and your future. When you make excuses, you keep yourself stuck. But when you own everything, you take back the driver's seat. Radical responsibility doesn't mean blaming yourself for everything. It means owning your reactions, your choices, and your growth. It means saying, this is my life, and I'm the one in charge. This is where true independence lives. You stop being a victim of your circumstances and start being the creator of your reality. It's hard, it's uncomfortable, you have to face your mistakes and your fears head on. But this kind of ownership is the foundation for lasting change. When you own your life fully, you no longer need others to rescue you or fix things. You fix them yourself. You learn, you adapt, you grow. You stop waiting for permission or help because you know the power lies within you. No more blaming your past, your family, or the world. You look in the mirror and say, I'm responsible for this. Now what am I going to do? That mindset shift alone changes everything. It's a daily practice, sometimes an hourly practice. Because old habits die hard, and it's easy to slip back into blame and excuses. But every time you catch yourself, you pull back into responsibility. You own it, you solve it, you move forward. That ownership is freedom, it's independence, it's power. And when you live like that, you won't need anyone to carry you. You carry yourself. At the end of the day, when you master these principles, owning your worth, setting unbreakable boundaries, cultivating emotional independence, and trusting yourself completely, you become unshackled. You stop living for others' approval, validation, or permission. You become the source of your own strength, peace, and happiness. No longer will you wake up feeling lost, anxious, or desperate for someone else to fill a void inside you. No more codependency, no more people-pleasing, no more handing your power away. Because once you realize that everything you need is already inside you, you step into a life of unstoppable freedom. You become your own best friend, your own leader, your own rock. You build a life that no one can shake because you've built it on the solid foundation of self-trust, self-respect, and emotional mastery. So yes, this is the moment you stop needing anyone anymore, not because you shut people out, but because you've unlocked the greatest power there is, the power to stand alone and thrive. Own this truth. Live it every day and watch how the world starts showing up differently for you because you are no longer chasing others. You are chasing your own greatness. And that, my friend, changes everything.